I would say the play is about the underside of the opposite of the American dream, which would make it the American nightmare. And I think it's fair to say that that's precisely what the play is about, the American nightmare instead of the American dream.
What should we do?
Get Mom some black coffee and a wet towel and listen to her bullshit. Karen, call Dr. Burke.
What do you want me to say?
Tell him we got a sick woman here.
The interesting thing is that the play is full of humor, as I think life is, you know, as I think nightmare lives very often are full of humor in order to survive, and that's the kind of humor that's in the play, and there's an awful lot of it.
I'm still very sexy, thank you very much.
You're about as sexy as a wet cardboard box, Maddie Faye.
I think Tracy is interested in investigating loss. You know, loss of love, loss of innocence, loss of perspective, loss of ideals, loss of family, you know, death, loss through death, that kind of thing. But within that, he's just trying to see how people, you know, he has a line in the play that says, I'm just trying to get by here. And it's just how do we get through life with our families and with the way our circumstances change. And that's something that everyone can come into the theater and say, oh, I recognize that.
You know this house is falling apart. Yeah, something about the basement or the sump pump or the foundation, and I don't know anything about it. I cannot do all this by myself.
I called Karen.
What'd she say?
She said she'd try to get here.
Actors get lucky if they get hooked up with a playwright along the way that writes things that they respond to. But I think, you know, in particular, Tracy has written a series of incredible roles for women, and women of all ages. You know, I mean, you've got Estelle Parsons doing one of the great roles of this decade, for sure.
You're a pretty girl. You're the prettiest of my three girls, but you always look like such a schlub. Why don't you wear any makeup?
Do I need makeup?
All women need makeup. Don't let anybody tell you different. The only woman who was pretty enough to go without makeup was Elizabeth Taylor, and she wore a ton. It's a big epic play about a family, and it seems to touch just about everybody somewhere or other. You know, some people find it harsh, some people find it just like their mother or father or sister or brother or their own experiences.
He wrote this for the country, you know. That's why people respond to it so much, because they see themselves right up on stage.